Now with Justice League #1 first out of the gate, how much pressure is there to keep that and really create the tone of the universe?
Well, there's a lot of pressure, but I'm working with Jim Lee, so yeah. So I know it's going to look beautiful, and what I wanted to do was completely change up what I usually do and turn it all back and really focus on the characters behind the masks. You know, we've seen the Justice League portrayed as gods and like these iconic characters, and I wanted to bring it back to their humanity and who they really are, and also make it a Justice League that you've not really seen before. You've seen Batman and Green Lantern and Flash and Aquaman and Wonder Woman all together, but not quite like this.
What would you say the tone of the book is?
The tone of the book, I always say it's
all ages.
Yeah, it's all ages.
Yeah, I get a real all ages vibe to it. I mean, it's got an edge to it, but at the same time, it's a book that you could give to like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I say heroics, heart, and humor. Those are my three elements that I try to put into this book. I want it to be fun to read, you know, but also action-driven and exciting, and I want people to laugh too. You know, they got to have those laugh moments. My goal is to get Jim Lee to laugh every time I give him the script.
Right. Yeah.
And it works so far.
Sure. It has.
What's it been like for you guys to work together? I mean, you've touched on this a little bit already.
It's easy with Jim. Again, I try and get out of the way. You know, I lay down as much as I need to, but I really try and get out of the way for Jim to do what he does best.
It's actually been pretty unique for me. You know, I've worked with a lot of great writers, but it's almost always been through phone calls or emails. You know, with Jeff, I mean, we see each other pretty regularly because of our day jobs, and because we're coming out to New York a lot to meet with Dan. And it's great actually working. You know, back in the day, I assumed that these guys all worked very closely in person because they didn't have cell phones or email or whatever. And it's nice to have that, kind of dial it back to old school working ways. And you know, it's great talking script over and talking about future ideas and showing the pages in person. That's a real luxury to have in this day and age.
I love seeing like pages half complete. He'll have them on his desk. I'm like, wow. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys find that the conversation just sort of goes back and forth where you're talking about a business aspect? Oh, we should do this on Justice League #2. Now back to the business.
No, I usually say this page is fully done.
Yeah.
He's like, it's half complete. No, it's done. No, you know,
it's just organic.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it doesn't really go back and forth that much. Usually when we're on topic, we stay on it.
Yeah.
It's not too scattered.
We actually find it to be a relief when we can sit and just talk pure creative. It's like, wow, we're actually talking story beats or characters. That's a lot of fun to do, and it's a great way to relax. Actually, you know,
it's like, oh, you got 20 minutes free?
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
So I'll just sit in his office.
And now this might be more of a question for Jim, though certainly Jeff, if you have an answer as well. When I first heard the news about the New 52 and started seeing the feel of it and everything, it really almost seemed like the wildstorming of the DC universe in a way. Do you feel like that's accurate in any sense, other than just bringing the characters in, of course?
I don't. I mean, I have an opinion on that, but
yeah, I don't necessarily see it that way. I mean, I've heard a lot of generalizations used, and you know, other people have used other descriptors, but no, there was nothing conscious. If anything, everyone has their style, I guess, and so the way I construct figures and do storytelling, it might be reminiscent of things I did in the past. But you know, I'm really feeding off of Jeff's energy, and you know, the DC universe is very unique and very different from other universes, and you know, I think a lot of care went into tweaking it without necessarily breaking it, and I think there are a lot of good things that came out of Image and Wildstorm, and if some of those good things transfer over, that's great. I think that helps DC, but you know, I wouldn't say that was the mission statement from day one.
No, but it is an integration of Wildstorm, which has published a ton of amazing books and created a ton of amazing characters. So to have that in with the DC universe, I think it's pretty awesome. Like, it's great to have these new, like Grifter, to have a new character that you know, our other heroes can play off of, and really introduce that character. Like the Grifter book really introduces him as if he never existed before.
This is a big question. You may have answered this already, but how far ahead are you guys at this point?
We're pretty far ahead, but I'll not. I can tell you about my plots. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm at right now because my editor will call me.
Right.
But we're pretty far ahead, and we've already talked, you know, into 12 and 13. So. Yeah.
Lastly, just sort of to wrap up, what are you guys looking forward to now that this issue is finally coming out?
Just, I guess, feedback, probably.
Good stiff drink.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of those tonight.
Lemonade.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to getting back drawing. I brought some pages with me. You know, some half-finished pages where I could kind of go in and draw rubble or something like that in my hotel room. At this point, you know, I'm trying to do a page a day, and that's how I kind of get through the deadlines. And that means sort of sacrificing certain things. I mean, I haven't been to a lot of conventions this year. The New York Comic Con that's coming up, that'll be my second one. My second and only two with San Diego for the year. To get, you know, I believe in Justice League so much. I really, you know, you sacrifice personal time with the family, obviously conventions. So I actually look forward to getting back to the drawing table. We have a mission, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so like every single night you can sit at the drawing board means you know, you're getting closer to that deadline, that monthly deadline. So to me, that's pretty critical. So I'm looking forward to getting back to work. I mean, it sounds stupid, but that's
no,
you know,
it's also like today is the day the gun goes off. It's not even like the race hasn't started.
Yeah,
you know, the gun goes off today.
Cool. Great. Thank you guys so much. And you guys stay tuned to Newsarama.com for plenty more about DC's New 52.